Good Counter. I'm your host, Roddy Too Good, back with another, joint. Hey yo, so I did finish watching the Vince McMahon story on Netflix. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think it was dope. I think it was a smash. I think it's definitely something I could go back to and probably watch again. It was a dope documentary, basically showing like the whole growth of the WWE, Vince McMahon story from like when he was like a commentator to like now and stuff like that. So a lot of people were saying like, yo, the evil. Like I didn't really see at that time, like I didn't see like the bad. Like, listen, man, we all know this story. Like when you watch stories like this, especially like the crazed businessman and stuff like that, because he definitely was. He was a crazed businessman. He did things his way and he did things that's for the business. Like and like even when it was like even early on because like even with him and his whole the father thing, let's start with that because like he was talking about how his father, like when he took over the business and his father was basically kind of like saying like, yo, this is a code and all the people like you're taking from like these is my friends, and they kind of like calling him and saying like basically threatening his son, like basically saying, yo, he's gonna get found under a river, like niggas was gonna kill him because he's basically like hurt, like destroying their business, like because it was a wrestling at the time, it was like a regional thing. So you had like if you was in New York or the tri-state area, you had a wrestling company for that. If you was in the South, you had a wrestling company for that. If you was in this, that, so it was regional. So he was like, nah. I'm gonna take my company and I'm gonna go around the whole Americas. Like that's exactly what he did. That was dope though, but like I mean, he was just a crazed businessman, bro. That's all it is. I'm not excusing what he did. I'm not excusing like the actions and stuff. And then it was like, a lot of people say like, oh, for that time and that time and that. Like we like I say for me, I'm a millennial. I was born in 1992. So the Attitude Era is really kind of when I came into wrestling. So like the Era and like the beginning, like the Ruthless Aggression Era, and then like the PG era, that really, and them explaining that era really did like did something for me because those two, like the Attitude and the Ruthless Aggression Era, those was my two eras, my favorite two eras for real. And when they got to the Attitude Era, yes, it was sexist stuff in there. Yes, it was some hints to like racism and like people talking about this and that, and a person did say that like the Attitude Era and around that time definitely was a trashy era for TV because I said, damn, I forgot about a lot of this stuff because it was like, okay, so you had like shit like other than wrestling that was popular, you had like Jerry Springer was popular. Like, and with Jerry Springer, you had like the whole like girls going wild stuff. Like, you had like a lot of like even like Mari, he was like a little up class, but even that like Mari still kind of had like a little hint of like ratchetness to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like. It was that time in TV. Like a lot of times we like to see what happened in wrestling and see like, damn, like they really was doing that stuff. But a lot that time in TV was kind of crazy because I remember like it was a lot of like that that frat boy mentality. Like even when like you had Spike and you had even like the cartoons was wild, and like you had like Stripperella, you had like a lot of like adult cartoons that was kind of like taking off, like with South Park and Family Guy and all that stuff. Like so at that time the TV was like trashy. Like of course they couldn't do a lot of that stuff they did back in the day now but at the time it was like that because I even when I was watching it I was like, damn, I forgot about all that stuff. I forgot about how crazy Jerry Springer was. I forgot about that whole like Girls Going Wild. Like I promise you, Girls Going Wild was like a regular thing, and I think it was on like around like MTV, like late MTV. it would like come on with the commercials, and even around that time you had like stuff like BT Uncut, like you know what I'm saying. So it's like we like the female thing, like yo, understand, like okay, was it right? Absolutely, absolutely not. But it was just that time. Like now I get it when the people say, okay, that was just that time. And like it was heavy on the like sexuality of women and stuff like that. So like you can't just blame him for that to where it's like, nah, that was his competition back then. Like imagine like going on TV and seeing all that stuff because it was a time like yo, like he like they said like WCW was doing all that stuff before them. Like he wanted to like cater to like children and family, but it's like, fam, you for your business to survive, you gotta have to get with the times, and that definitely was the times, bro. So you had that. You had like he said, like wrestling does use that. They use like current events, like you know the whole thing with Iran. So they use like the Iron Sheik versus Hulk Hogan and stuff like that. Like yo, they just it is like wrestling is a reflection of what's going on now. Even like see what's going on now. A lot of women empowerment, a lot of women positivity, a lot of women like are coming to the front run of like not only sports but a lot of things. Like we got a whole woman running for president currently. So what's going on now? You got a lot of women in the business. They wrestling. They the face. There's some. Most of them are the face of both companies. It's a face for AEW and the face of WWE. So it's just a time thing, bro. Like so, they just wrestling just affects reflects what's going on in the world, bro. Because that's it, whatever's relevant and whatever's going on. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be wrestling, bro. It's going. That's what's going to drive wrestling. But yeah, man. Just see it. Like, listen, man. Vince McMahon is just a crazed businessman. Like we hear this story like a million times. It just has different faces. Like in unfortunately, he probably it was passed down to him to his father, and it seems like he kind of passed it down to his children. I don't think his children is as bad as him, but it's just a crazed businessman who actually won. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so and all in all, I think it was dope, bro. I think it was dope, and it just showed like a lot. Like, yo, they had to battle through a lot. They had to battle through like steroid stuff. They had to battle through it, and then you had him like covering up stuff, like the whole Jimmy Fly Snooker and stuff like that. See, that's why I say a crazed businessman. Like, nigga, like at some point you just gonna have to like a regular person would say, nah, this is too much. But then it's like he thinking that like morals go out the window when a person is like on a mission. Like you know what I'm saying? Like certain people, when a person is just on a mission, when a person is just driven off of competition and greed and all that stuff, like morals go out the window. Like the whole Jimmy Fox Snooker thing, morals went out the window. The whole Owen Hart thing, more like yo fam, like that Owen Hart thing was so hard to watch, bro. Like especially like, cause I even forgot about like when you like when you say like damn they really did wrestle after that. Like yo, they was all like in the ring, and then like to just look and see like yo, not even that, just to look is to know like okay, he just died, and then just you look and you see like the blood to where okay, he was just right there. Like yo, that's insane to me. Like that part was just that's the craziness of him, and that's where you just be like okay, this dude he what it's only business. He only wants to do stuff that further his business. His morals have he has zero morals. Like morals is out the window, bro. So it's like it was dope. It was dope to see that, bro. And it was just the ups and downs. Like he fought through a lot because they was always coming at him, man. Steroids, the whole WWF to WWE thing. Then damn, just the female stuff, you know what I'm saying? So and then they got into like all the sexual things, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just fam, man. I think it was fair. I think it was fair to see it. Like can you say Vince McMahon is the greatest booker of all time? Yes. Can you say he is the reason why wrestling is where it is in America? Absolutely. Can you say he was crazy as shit? Yes. Can you say he was evil sometimes? Yes. Can you say he made money and made people superstars? Yes. I mean, more than one thing can be true with Vince McMahon. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, yo, it more than one thing could be true about this man. I would suggest it if you didn't see it, please go. It was dope. It was fire. Definitely is a great watch. I tried to watch it all the way through. I just finished it. But yeah, man, this was dope. It was a great look on the inside of this person who just made everything that we love for real today. So yeah, man, comment down below. Tell me if y'all seen it. Tell me the parts that y'all liked about it. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell. Come and join the family. Um, Peace. I'm out.